Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 931st Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Just to say, you can see this is fought on one of our new custom maps. This is called the Submerged Highway map. You can see it's got big open plains if you want to fight out in the open. It's big open plains with undulating ground, plus you've got woods there. Lots of woods here as well if you want to hide your troops, or if you bring barbarian troops to get the woods bonus. But as you can see there, it's mostly just big, wide, open plains. Now, it's called the Submerged Highway. Now, can you see the road there? And this is quite an unusual map because it is actually a bridge map, which is very unusual, but nobody ever crosses the bridge. Okay, so there's the bridge. And as I say, it's called the Submerged Highway, and this is why it's called the Submerged Highway. There you go. Goes into the water, and I believe if you try and take your troops along that road, they will drown in that water. Okay, so as I say, very, very unusual map called the Submerged Highway map. And if you go, if you look here, as I say, your troops will drown there, but you can see that road goes nowhere. Reminds me of that old song, A Road Going Nowhere there. So, yeah, so as I say, an unusual map this. It's a bridge map, but nobody ever fights anywhere near the bridge. So, okay. Our first teammate is Brotherhood member TR, who has bought his faction of choice, which is Gaul. Now, he's got 8 chosen swordsmen, 2 warband, 3 cavalry, and 5 forester warband archers. There you go. There's his chosen swordsman with 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Remember, these guys have got the same morale as urban cohorts, excellent morale, and you would be surprised on how tough they are when you put good upgrades on them. Remember that most barbarian units have got low morale, so to bring a morale boosting unit like a druid unit is a really good tactical move there. As I say, it's very important to have lots of morale in your army. And there you've got the warband there, 121 man warband there with their anti-cavalry spears. But you'd be surprised on how tough they actually are for light infantry. They are pretty good there. And over here you can see there he's got a skirmisher unit there. You don't see this unit very often, and they can throw those little spears there at enemy troops. And he's got his armoured cavalry general there, and he's got a light cavalry unit there which can move around the battlefield quite fast, attack archer units and things like that. So that is a tried and tested Gaul army of TRs. And of course his forester warband archers are hiding somewhere. Remember, they've got that ability where when they're not moving or firing arrows, they just disappear. They can hide anywhere on the battlefield. So very unusual unit that. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius with his faction of choice, Greek cities, and he has got 10 Spartans, 4 archers, and 3 cavalry. Yes, just 10 Spartans there. And if you notice there, he's got a fast-moving armoured cavalry general unit there, move around the battlefield there to attack archers, go into the rear of tired, engaged enemy troops there. It does add something to a Greek city's army if you bring those particular cavalry units there. So I say that will be a tried and tested army of Aurelius's, as that is his faction of choice. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now Fesen's got 11 infantry, 4 archers, and 5 cavalry. Okay, but he's got an unusual army here. It's just something I just wanted to show you here. Can you see that Fesen has got 2 eagle units in his army? Now I know for years I've been banging on about extra morale for your infantry, and that's really good to see that. Plus he's got his infantry general morale bonus as well. So with those extra morale boosting units and his general unit, that's a lot of morale that is going on around his infantry, so that's pretty good. He's got a town watch unit there. Remember that town watch unit, as long as it holds its ground, it will soak up enemy pilots as good as any other expensive unit there. So that's an interesting army. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Oh my gosh, 8 upgrades on his cavalry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So it's an unusual Roman army for Fesen. Be interested to see how well he does during the course of the battle. Now our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, that's got his very old morale-based Roman army of 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. And just to say that we're going to have a little bit closer look at this army a little bit later on, because one of the main reasons I wanted to show this battle is just to show what a morale-based army can do even under a lot of pressure. Okay, so we've got quite a diverse team there with Gaul, we've got Greek cities, Rome and Rome. Just to let you know, this is going to be a fantastic battle for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought you might find this interesting. You can't see anything where that arrow is, can you? But there are those Forester Warband archers there. Look, see the Forester Warband archers? They are there, but as I said earlier, they are hiding. They can hide anywhere on the battlefield. So I just thought it was kind of strange that you can't see anything there, but if you put your mouse arrow over, you can see that those Forester Warband archers are actually there. So I just thought you might find that interesting to see there. As I say, that is a unique ability of theirs where they can just hide anywhere on the battlefield. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Arminius, who has bought the Parthia faction. Now he's got 6 archers, 4 peasants and 10 cavalry. Okay, so there's his archers there. If you count the upgrades, he's got 7 upgrades on his archers. Remember, these archers are they're mid-range. As you can see, they wear no armor, so their defense is very poor. So to put 7 upgrades on, he's going to kind of get the best out of them that he can. And there you've got the peasants there as well with their tridents that they carry. He may well use those peasants to try and get our team to shoot arrows at them. You know, our expensive arrows into the cheapest unit in the game. He may well try that. If you notice here, I believe some of his cavalry have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Just look how these guys are armored from head to toe. That's why we call them the tanks of the ancient world. And used correctly, they can be battle-winning troops. But as you notice, those troops had 8 upgrades on. Those cavalry had 8 upgrades on. There was more peasants there. But if we have a look at these cavalry here, you count the upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4 fully upgraded cataphracts. That gives them a massive 29 defense. Just to let you know that 29 defense fully upgraded cataphracts there. And of course they got that massive 9 charge bonus as well. Remember, the charge bonus is the impact and penetration that a unit can do. So make no mistake, with 10 cataphracts there with those fantastic upgrades, this will be a formidable army, I'm thinking. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Royer 35 with his faction of choice, Macedon. He's got 14 pikes and 6 cavalry. Just look at that pike wall there. Imagine that coming towards you there. That is quite formidable. 1,421 man units there. Quick look at the upgrades. It is cavalry. I'm thinking probably just gold shield, gold. Yeah, if you just see he's got 6 upgrades, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there, his companion cavalry. There, remember these guys though have got a 9 charge bonus there, so that's like the cataphracts there, big charge bonus these guys, and of course that Macedon pike wall there, that's quite effective. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Tabor. Now Tabor's got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry, almost the bog standard 31k Roman army. The only difference is that he's included an eagle unit within his infantry battle formation there, an extra morale boosting unit there along with his infantry general. So I say good to get extra morale, and his cavalry are just gold shield, gold attack there. So it'd be interesting to see how he uses that army during the course of the battle. And their last teammate is RTW player Lando. Now he's got 10 infantry, 5 archers and 5 cavalry. We know he's one of the most aggressive attacking players in the game. Be interesting to see how well he does on this flank. He's got the old school armored cavalry general. As I said before, up to about maybe 15-16 years ago, we all used to bring this as our Roman general before most of us changed to an infantry general there. So that's fast moving. Wouldn't surprise me if he's got some good upgrades on that unit. If we count them there, looks like he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Plus that unit's got 2 hit points as well. So that's a pretty effective army there. His cavalry have got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack there. So I think that's quite a diverse team as well. You've got Parthia with Arminius. You've got Macedon with Royer. You've got Rome there with Tabor, and of course Rome here with Lando. This should be a cracking battle for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I just want to have a look at this old school, old-fashioned battle formation and army of mine. Okay, now you know for years and years I've been banging on about extra morale in your infantry battle formation here. Can you see I've got 2 Eagle units and my infantry general unit there. So they are giving a lot of morale to this infantry battle formation. Now this is one of the reasons I wanted to show this battle, is to show you how important having good morale in your infantry battle formation is when your infantry battle formation is sorely tested. In this battle you will see that this old school, old-fashioned battle formation is really tested. And will those extra morale boosting units within this battle formation keep this fighting? We just have to wait and see. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, we've literally just pressed start. Straight away, as I said earlier, Lando's putting his credentials straight on the table here and showing how aggressive and attacking he is going to be in this battle. As we know, as I said earlier, he's one of the most aggressive attacking players in the game, and it looks to me like he's going to go for TR's Gaul there. He'd love to get those Gaulish troops within archer range there. And you can see straight away Lando moving towards Gaul, and you'll see that TR is trying to take his Gaulish army over to his allies there as Lando is moving towards him. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. So you can see here Lando moving his cavalry forward there. He'd love to smash into those Gaulish troops as they're moving across to their allies there. Meanwhile, over here you'll see that Royer is moving his Macedonian massive pike line there forward, and over here you'll see that Brotherhood member Arminius there with his Parthian army is deciding on what tactical position to put his army in at this very, very early stage of the battle. As I say, we literally just press start really here. Right, can you see here Lando using that fast-moving armoured cavalry general, that old-school armoured cavalry general there around the battlefield? It wouldn't surprise me if he had a clash with the Greek cities general here, and bang, as they smash into each other. And you can see Aurelius bringing over a couple more of his cavalry units to smash into Lando's general unit there. But Aurelius needs, Aurelius needs to watch out for those SPQR heavy cavalry. Now, as you can see, TR is running his troops as fast as he can over towards his allies there. Okay, but you can see the fast-moving cavalry of Lando moving forward. So it'd be interesting to see what Aurelius is going to do there with his cavalry. But you can see, as I say, TR's infantry there could be exposed to a lot of damage from Lando's cavalry there if they smash into the rear of his moving troops. Okay, you can see Lando there just kind of moving his cavalry forward there, ready to get into a good position to smash into the back of TR's moving troops. You can see that armoured cavalry general is probably going to hit one of TR's moving infantry units there. Can you see that armoured cavalry general moving in there? And bang! As he smashes into that chosen swordsman unit there. Just hit them and pulled back out, caused some casualties, and then moved away from that unit. But as I say, he's moving his heavy cavalry forward there. And you can see Aurelius here moving his 3 armoured cavalry units forward there. Okay, just pause the game for a second here. Now you can see what Aurelius is trying to do here is to slow up Lando's cavalry, enabling TR to get his infantry over to his allies there. Okay, now Aurelius may well sacrifice those 3 cavalry units to help TR. I mean, that would be a real team player act, wouldn't it? Here you can see that Arminius has got his peasants in open order there. What he'd love to do is to attract expensive arrows from our expensive archers onto the cheapest unit in the game, which of course are the peasants. Okay, so make no mistake, that's why Arminius has put those peasant units there in open order, is to attract expensive arrows from our archers. But as you can see, Fesen's archers are not shooting into them. He knows what Arminius is trying to do. But as I say, all over here you can see Aurelius there with his armoured cavalry units there trying to hold up Lando here. And here goes that cavalry going in there like, bang, and it smashes in there. So it looks to me like Aurelius is going to sacrifice, even including his general there, that unit, just to try and hold up Lando's cavalry there, enabling his ally TR to get his troops over to his allies there. So he sacrificed his cavalry units plus his general there to help his teammate out. I just thought that was a really great bit of teamwork there, and a good example of what good teamwork is about. Remember, when you're a team member, you look to help your teammates out, and as I say, that's given TR a bit more of a chance to get his units over towards his allies there. Although I think, looking at the way that cavalry is closing in on TR's infantry there, that unit's going to get hit. Look, and bang, as that cavalry unit smashes into it there. Maybe TR may well sacrifice that unit once again to try and hold up that SPQR cavalry, enabling the rest of his troops to get over to his allies there. I think, can you see him running that unit forward there? I think the moment that he turns it to run back to the rest of his troops, I think that's when the cavalry's going to hit him. But look, now you can see that most of TR's army is in a safe place now. So that's good news there. But as I say, that infantry unit there, I think is going to be sacrificed there by TR as that cavalry smashes. Probably rout it on impact. Bang! There you go. But there you go. I think Aurelius there really helped TR to get his troops over to his allies there without suffering many casualties. So well done to Aurelius. I know he lost his general there, but he felt he had to do that to try and help his teammate out. So once again, I think a really good example of caring about your teammates, looking after your teammates there. And as I say, you can see TR now moving his Gaulish army safely into his allies' troops there. Now you can see here that Lando's moving his purple SPQR troops up. Now if Aurelius isn't careful, his flank is going to be exposed to Lando's archers, and he could start losing troops. And you can see that Macedonian pike wall moving towards Aurelius there. Okay, and remember that the pikes of Macedon are massive in comparison to the shorter spears of Spartans there. I'll just show you there. If you look here, can you see, if you could just make a mental note of the length of those Macedonian pikes there. Okay, if you just make a mental note of the length of the pikes, okay, there for the Macedonians. Now compare that to the short spears of the Spartans. That's why whenever I bring my Spartan army, I never like taking on a Macedon there or any of the big pike units there, because of the length of those pikes gives them such an advantage over the short spears of the Spartans there. It wouldn't surprise me if Aurelius moved his Spartan army. There you are. You can see the danger coming in from Lando on his right flank, and these Macedonian pikes moving in on him there. So that's a good tactical withdrawal there of Aurelius there. But just look at that massive wall of pikes coming towards him there. Meanwhile, over here, you can see that Arminius has moved his Parthian cavalry. He kind of spread them out a little bit. It looks to me like he's still deciding on the best position to move his cavalry to there. Probably waiting for his allies to get settled first. And as I say here, you can see, I think from what I'm seeing here, you can see that our team is going to go pretty defensive here. You can see there Royer 35 looking to get his companion cavalry possibly in the woods there, or get them in behind us. That's probably what he's looking to do with his cavalry there. So that's a good tactical move. Notice he's got them in wedge formation there, ready to attack. Remember, in wedge formation you get more penetration, more impact there with your cavalry. You can see here TR moving his Gaulish army back a little bit there. But as I say, you can see here that our team definitely, to me, looks like we've gone defensive. And of course, the moment you go defensive, you hand the initiative to the enemy, so we can kind of only react to the enemy movements. So that kind of is obviously a very big disadvantage when you go defensive. As I say, you just hand the initiative to the enemy, and you know, with good teamwork there, they can start moving around your flanks and things like that. And as I say, the only thing you can do when you're defensive is just react to what the enemy does there. But as I say, you can see that companion cavalry out to our right flank. You can see that Arminius has moved his Parthian cavalry around there as well. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe they try and get all their cavalry in behind us in those woods. That might be a possible thought there. And as I say there, you can see our two Roman armies are together there, and you can see our Greek cities ally Aurelius there moving back in to, as I say, set up a defensive formation there. Pause the game for a second here. So, as I say here, the peasants here of Arminius, as I say, in open order, still trying to attract expensive arrows from our expensive archers onto the cheapest unit in the game. So, as I say, nice tactical move there by Arminius. And as I say there, just hope that none of my allies fall for that trick. Of course, if you've got your archers on auto fire, they will fire at the closest enemy unit, and of course those peasants would be the unit that they would fire at. As I say, over here Royer 35 tactically moving his companion cavalry into the woods here. Now what he might hope here is once he's got into the woods, of course his troops will then hide, and what he may be thinking there is that we might forget that his cavalry are in the woods, but he could smash into TR's a Gaulish army there from the woods if you looked at that angle there. And as I say, it'd be interesting to see where Arminius puts his Parthian cavalry on the battlefield. He's probably still looking for the best position for them. Here you can see that Tabor looks to me like he's putting some of his forward units into Testudo, trying to get me to throw my pilers into his units into Testudo, which of course will not be very effective. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, as I say, you can see a Royer 35 advancing that massive Macedonian pike line towards Fesen there, with 14 units of those Macedonian pikemen there. He could well suffer a lot of casualties from archer fire and of course piler hits as well, but with that many pike units there, you know, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Now here you can see that peasant there being hit by an arrow. Now what we said as a team was to try and target the Macedonian general here, the general unit. Okay, there's a Macedonian general. Now we know Macedon morale is not very good, so if we could kill the general and take that morale bonus away, then of course that would lower the morale of Macedon even more for when we get into hand-to-hand fighting. So just to say that that Macedonian general is under attack from archers, and I think if I remember a little bit later on in the battle, Fesen tries to target his pilers onto that Macedonian general as well, just to try and weaken it as much as we can, as I say, before the hand-to-hand fighting starts there. And as I say, you can see me slowly moving my red Julii army back a little bit there. And as I say, you can see there that that pike wall is still moving forward towards Fesen. And you can see here that Tabor has put a couple of his forward units into Testudo, moving them forward towards my Julii army. Okay, there's a general overview of the battle. You can see there that Arminius looking to take his troops around our rear by the looks of it to me. Let's just pause the game for a second there. So as I say, over here we know that the companion cavalry are already hiding in the woods, and it looks like, as I say, Arminius looking to take his heavy cataphracts, Parthian cataphracts, into the woods as well. Maybe they look at that part of our battle formation there as a weaker part. But I'm just thinking here, our left flank to me looks quite exposed to an attack. I don't know what you think. I just wonder whether the enemy may well think about moving all their cavalry, imagine that, all the way around there to this flank here. As I say, I think this left flank of ours may look a little bit exposed to an attack. But there you are, we've got the Spartan army right behind me, which would be able to cover that flank I would think, if the enemy does tend to attack. Right here you can see that Fesen has moved his infantry forward now, so that the Macedonians are well in range of his pylons there, of his forward units being thrown by his forward units there. I think that may have been aimed at the Macedonian general there. So once again, weakening that Macedonian general. As I say, trying to take that general morale bonus away from those Macedonians, whose morale, as we know, is a little bit low anyway. Okay, here you can see that Tabor has got his forward units into Testudo. If you just look, this is a real battle formation used by the Romans back in the day. Just look at the protection that those infantry have got within that battle formation there. Any missiles coming in from any direction, look, is just kind of deflected by those shields. And what Tabor wants me to do is throw pylons into his Testudo units, knowing that my pilots would do absolute minimal damage to that unit in Testudo. Okay, that's what Tabor wants me to do, so I'm not going to do that. At this stage of the battle, I'm just going to not throw pylons into that, because, as I say, with that unit in Testudo, throwing pylons into it would be almost a waste of time, as they would suffer absolute minimal damage from pylons being thrown into them in that particular battle formation there. Over here you can see a little bit of skirmishing there going on. You can see TR moving some of his troops around there, attacking some of the skirmish troops of the enemy there. Bang! That took that peasant unit out of Parthia there. Nice move there by TR. But as I say, you can see our team has definitely gone defensive. And as I say, once you do that, you tend to hand the initiative to the enemy. As I say, look at all these well upgraded Parthian cavalry here. Maybe looking to smash into our team from that particular angle, or they may well move round to the other flank. Be interesting to see what Arminius is going to do with his cavalry. And as I say, you can see Tabor there advancing those units in Testudo closer to my battle formation. If you notice here, I've turned my cavalry to face the Parthian cavalry threat that's coming in behind us. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, you'll see Fesen taking his blue Scipio army forward. If I remember correctly, he took it forward so that he could throw pylons into the Macedonian general there. If I remember correctly, I think he was trying to direct the pylons from his rear units onto the Macedonian general, as we talked about earlier, trying to kill that Macedonian general if possible, or weakening that Macedonian general unit as much as we can there. There you can see him throwing pylons there. Here you can see those pylons going in, and that's why I think he ran that army of his forward there, just to try and get as many of his pylon throwing troops as possible in range of that Macedonian general there. Okay, now but here you can see Lando moving in on his flank, so Fesen does the right thing and pulls his infantry back there, because he could have been hit by Macedon at the front. Now remember, this here is the Macedonian general, down to 77 men from 120. Okay, so that's how we've been targeting that Macedonian general there. As you can see there, that's why he's reduced his numbers so much. I just wanted to show you here a really great move by a Brotherhood member, Aurelius, there with his Greek city units there. Spartan walls, spear walls we call those. Spartan spear walls there will stop those Parthian cataphracts from trying to smash into our troops from the rear. Remember, the Spartans got 2 hit points, excellent specifications, anti-cavalry bonus there, so that will stop Arminius there from trying to get in behind us there, where Aurelius is set up his Spartan spear walls. Very effective anti-cavalry movement there by Aurelius, so well done to him there. And as I say here, you can see Tabor still really wanting me to throw pylons into that Testudo unit, knowing that I would do absolute minimal damage to his troops there. If you notice there, as I said earlier, I've turned my cavalry to face a threat of those Parthian cataphracts that are now mostly hiding in the woods. And here you can see Aurelius being very, very aggressive with his Spartan spear walls there, really moving towards that Parthian cavalry. I think TR was a bit worried he might get a little bit isolated out there with those units, and I think it was a good idea for Aurelius to pull those units back because he was a little bit isolated there. And this is another nice bit of teamwork here by Aurelius. Can you see he's running a couple of his Spartan units forward to take out these units in Testudo? There you are. Can you see him moving forward there into that Testudo unit? That was a nice move there by Aurelius because he knows I'm not going to throw my pilers into that unit into Testudo, so he just threw a couple of his Spartans out there to attack that unit, and it's worked quite well. You can see Tabor now has taken that unit out of Testudo and he's just put it into normal formation there. And it wouldn't surprise me if Aurelius brought those couple of Spartan units over to attack these other units in Testudo as well. As I say, with those units in Testudo, it kind of restricts my piler throw in there, because as I say, you don't want to waste your pilers on units in Testudo. But as I say, our left flank here looks to me to be quite a target for attack. Did you just see that Forester Warband unit come out of hiding there to start shooting arrows, probably at the Macedonian pikemen there? But as I say, to you, do you think our left flank looks a little bit, maybe, you know, if all that cavalry, remember you got companion cavalry hiding in the woods and those Parthian cataphracts, do you think if they came around that direction through the woods there and then came over here to our left flank, that would be a good target for the enemy cavalry to smash into? Just wonder what you think about that, whether that would be a good move for the enemy team there. So as I say here, you can see once again Aurelius bringing those couple of Spartan units forward there. See them running through my battle formation, looking like he's going to head towards that unit in Testudo again. Be interesting to see if Tabor takes that unit out of Testudo and runs those troops back. He certainly doesn't want to fight the Spartans there. You already can see those couple of Spartan units there closing in on him, put their spears down. You can see a lot of pilers coming in from Tabor's forward units there into those Spartan units as they attack that unit. But you can see that unit has now been taken out of Testudo. But just look at all those pilers going into Spartans. But remember, because the Spartans got 2 hit points, they suffer less damage from enemy missiles than other units. So yeah, they will be suffering casualties there, but they won't suffer as many as other units would because of their 2 hit points. And that was a nice bit of attacking there by Aurelius. Routed that unit of Tabor's there. So well done to Aurelius. It wouldn't surprise me if he ran across and attacked that other unit in Testudo. There you go, running across there, looking to attack that unit as well. But he's getting a lot of pilers thrown into his flank there, so I think he's just going to pull back there. Okay, you can see him pulling back. You can see he has lost a few of his Spartans there from piler hits. But that was a nice bit of teamwork there by Aurelius. Once again, showing what good teamwork is all about there. Running out to help me there, knowing that I was a bit hampered with my pilers with those units in Testudo. Okay, so you can see Fesen there, waiting to see if the Macedonians and those SPQR infantry in behind him tends to attack him there. It'd be interesting to see what happens there. And as I say, I can see a lot of infantry, both Macedonian and SPQR, ready to move in on my Julii army along with their cavalry. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see that Lando is bringing his infantry over from the other flank here, possibly to team up with Tabor here. So, seeing this mass of SPQR infantry here of Tabor and Landos, I'm just wondering whether they're thinking to attack my infantry battle formation here. I don't know what all of you are thinking there. You can see like a big build up there of cavalry and infantry, plus you got those Macedonians there as well that could move in. You can see there that what's that, about 7 units. You can see Royer's general there has been reduced quite a lot, but you can see Macedonian units looking to move towards Fesen. I can see a lot of cavalry coming out, possibly onto my flank there. You can see a lot of enemy cavalry. Just looking at the disposition of the enemy SPQR armies there, it looks possibly a little bit threatening towards my red Julii army. Here you can see some of those SPQR units were trying to attack TR's archer units there, so we've just chased them off. but to just look at the positioning of this SPQR cavalry, possibly for a flank attack on my infantry. Well, my infantry is possibly being pinned and held by this purple SPQR infantry. We just have to wait and see. I think there was a little bit of pilot exchange going on. Can you see how I'm just moving my infantry over a little bit? I'm just changing the direction of where my infantry was facing there. And to say, over here at the rear of our team, you can see those Spartan spear walls still kind of neutralizing those Parthian cataphracts here. You can see Fesen here has moved some infantry out onto the flank of those Macedonians, but by doing that he has exposed that infantry to Parthian cavalry attack. You can see Tabor's brought some of his infantry units over here to back up his Macedonian ally. And you can see Fesen now tucking those infantry in a little bit now, trying to get them a little bit protected from those Parthian cavalry units. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So you can see Aurelius there taking his Spartans a little bit further back into our team. You can see that he set up another Spartan spear wall there to protect the flank of my infantry from that potential SPQR cavalry attack there. So once again, nice teamwork there by Aurelius, but there's a lot of SPQR troops out in front of me there, and those Macedonian pikemen as well. And as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if my battle formation was possibly a target for them. If you think about that, if they could smash and rout my battle formation there, I'm kind of like a little bit of the anchor of the team, aren't I, at the moment? You'll see Fesen moving his Scipii infantry back there away from that Macedonian pike attack. And as I say here, you can see the Lando being his usual aggressive self there with his infantry, plus he's got some of Tabor's infantry unit there as well. There'll be a little bit of pilot exchanging going on here. It wouldn't surprise me. There you are. You can see the pilots coming in there, probably from both armies there. You can see him attacking now his forward units onto my forward units there. And it wouldn't surprise me if he moved his infantry forward to pin and hold my infantry. It wouldn't surprise me if he did that in preparation for a big cavalry hit. Here you can see one of my forward units has now been routed there with his aggressive attack. And over at the rear here you can see that Arminius has actually got his cataphracts, a lot of his cataphracts, in wedge formation, which can tell you that he's really got his finger on the trigger, really getting ready to pull that trigger and charge his cavalry in there. Okay, but you can see once again Aurelius here has set up his Spartan spear walls there to kind of neutralize any cavalry attack coming in behind. As I say, he set a Spartan spear wall up on our left flank as well to try and neutralize any possible cavalry attack coming in on our troops. Okay, but as I say here, if you look at the disposition of the enemy SPQR infantry and those Macedonian pikes, can you see it looks to me like they're going to try and hit my Julii army? It's just looking at the positioning of their troops. Over here, Fesen, as you can see, are fighting SPQR and Macedonian pikes there. And there's like a little gap there. Can you see there's a gap between Fesen and Aurelius's unit there, which the enemy may well try and exploit? Can you see that gap there on the corner? That, as I say, they could well try to exploit. As I say here, you can see Aurelius there moving his Spartan spear wall back a little bit there. And just look at those Parthian cataphracts smashing in that gap there. If you notice there, can you see there's a gap between Arminius' Spartan unit and Fesen's Scipii unit there. There's a definite gap, and it looks to me like the enemy are going to exploit that gap. Imagine if all these cataphracts smash through that gap and come into the rear of our engaged troops there. Oh my gosh, just look at that gap there. We need to get something in there to kind of try and kind of step into the breach there, I think, to try and stop that potential massive Parthian cavalry hit there. Right, can you see here that Fesen now is charging his Scipii cavalry into that breach just to try and hold them up a little bit there. You can see that Scipii cavalry charging there like a bang, as it smashes in there. But now you can see the Parthian cavalry looking to counter-attack here. Get ready for those Parthian cavalry going to come in there and bang, as they smash in there, trying to exploit that gap. Now, are they going to push on through? Are they going to push on through that gap? Nope. You can see that he's actually pulling his cavalry back there. Decided not to hammer on through there with his cavalry. So, oh my gosh, but just look at this heavy cataphract. Most of it fully upgraded, ready to charge in there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as we thought here, you can see that Lando now has aggressively attacked the forward units of my battle formation with his SPQR troops. He's routed one of my forward units already. You can see he's really pushing in there. I've got Macedonian pikemen coming in on my flank. There's SPQR infantry in behind those Macedonian pikemen ready to hit my flank. And look at that cavalry locked and loaded. More cavalry coming across there. Oh my gosh. So it looks to me like my battle formation here, as I said earlier in the battle, is going to be sorely tested. Okay, but over here you can see that the enemy are making inroads here on our right flank. Can you see some of Fesen's infantry is routed there, where those Macedonian and SPQR infantry have made inroads into our right flank. Okay, so you can see the enemy really pressing in on us there. And you can see TR taking some of his infantry over there to try and help on that right flank, and all that Parthian cavalry there. But just look at all this SPQR cavalry now locked and loaded, and you can see those SPQR infantry coming in on the forward units of my battle formation. Make no mistake here, my infantry are under a lot of pressure at this moment. And you can see there that I can see the companion cavalry of the Macedonians have just come out the woods there. They look like they're going to attack. Remember, the companion cavalry and those cataphracts have got a massive 9 charge bonus. Remember, the charge bonus is the impact and penetration that a unit can do. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see that a lot of Fesen's units have now been routed there on our right flank. Okay, so, and all that Parthian cavalry are just waiting to exploit a gap somewhere to charge in and kind of rout our entire team. I think that's what that Parthian cavalry is waiting to do there, looking to just smash into our flank there and just roll us up. So that looks quite dangerous, a dangerous situation here. But over here, as I say, remember that this old school, old-fashioned battle formation of mine have got 2 units. Can you see how I've turned a unit there to face those Macedonian pikemen moving in on me there? But just look at all that cavalry locked and loaded in wedge formation there. Okay, for more penetration, more impact. Look at that companion cavalry with their 9 charge bonus. In wedge formation, locked and loaded, ready to charge in. But remember, as we talked about earlier, this old-fashioned, old-school battle formation has got additional morale boosting units. So I've got 2 Eagle units and my general morale bonus there, generating lots of morale into my infantry. And you're going to see this infantry battle formation sorely tested now. Imagine if this was just a gold shield, gold attack infantry battle formation. Okay, just imagine that without having the morale boosting units. So you can see I'm being aggressively attacked from the front by about 6 SPQR units. Right, here comes the companion cavalry with their 9 charge bonus in wedge formation. Notice the pikes lifted just before they hit, and bang, as they smash into the flank. And now here comes the SPQR cavalry and wedge formation for more impact and more penetration. Get ready for this, and bang, as they smash into my infantry battle formation there. You can see I'm counter-attacking with my cavalry there, but just look at the impact and penetration of those 2 massive cavalry hits on my battle formation there. Can you see a couple of my units have routed already there from that massive hit from those companion cavalry and those SPQR cavalry? Can you see the penetration of Tabor's cavalry there? He's gone straight through my battle formation into my general unit there, look. Straight through. That's the penetration that he got into my battle formation there. Now remember, if this was just a gold shield, gold attack battle formation there, there's a chance they might have got a mass rout going there. But those 2 Eagle units, those 2 extra morale boosting Eagle units have kept my infantry still holding and fighting there, even with those 2 massive impacts of cavalry that have charged in. That 1 Eagle unit there, and the other Eagle unit there, and of course my infantry general there. Those 2 morale boosting units have kept my infantry standing their ground and holding there. Okay, meanwhile over on our right flank here, you'll see a lot of pressure on Fesen's infantry. You can see there now, can you see that Fesen has now taken his cavalry outside of our defensive formation there? And what I'm hoping now is that he's going to take his cavalry round behind the engaged enemy troops there. So if he brings his cavalry, he needs to ignore those cataphracts there if he can, bring his cavalry around here and maybe look to smash into the rear of the engaged enemy troops. If he positioned his cavalry there and looked to smash into the rear of those engaged enemy troops, that could be a massive help to our team here. Over here you can see Aurelius there fighting some SPQR infantry, but you can see my Red Julio army still holding there. Don't forget there's SPQR infantry in there as well, and you've got Macedonian pikemen in there attacking me at the same time, and I'm still managing to hold. You can see that a TR has thrown a couple of his Gaulish infantry in there to try and help as much as he can there. But here you can see that Lando's SPQR cavalry looks like it's going to smash into the other flank of my battle formation there. Look. Watch that SPQR cavalry of Lando's, look, and bang as he charges in there. Look. So I'm being hit by all the SPQR cavalry and a lot of SPQR infantry there smashing into my battle formation. Oh my gosh, here comes the Parthian cataphracts. Oh my gosh, here they come. Look. Bang! As they smash in there. Oh my gosh, just look at that now. You can just see the penetration of those cataphracts there as they're charging in there. But still, my Julio army still managing to hold. Even after all that, you've got Macedonian pikemen and cavalry, SPQR cavalry, Parthian cavalry charging in, still holding there. Now here you can see Fesen has positioned his cavalry very well there, and all he needs to do now is charge and smash into the back of those engaged enemy troops, and I think he could get a mass rout going there if he does that. Meanwhile over here, more Parthian cataphracts there attacking TR chosen swordsmen, and a Spartan unit there. So they're holding really well there. But look how the Parthian cavalry has got in behind us there. More cavalry charging into the rear of our troops. Oh my gosh, make no mistake, this battle's going to go right down to the wire here. But as I say, Fesen's cavalry locked and loaded. Let's see what he's going to do with that cavalry. He's got it in wedge formation there. Let's see which target he's going to target. Right, he's going to target the rear of the Macedonian pikemen there. Get ready for this. And bang! As his cavalry smashes in to those engaged enemy troops. Look how a lot of those tired, battle damaged enemy troops are starting to rout now. You can see Aurelius bringing his Spartans in as well. And as I say, TR's got some of his units in there as well. So great support there by my teammates. But as you can see, my Julii old school infantry battle formation held really well there. Now if you notice here, you'll see some of these Macedonian troops there, because their allies are routing now, you'll see that they are unhappy to see friends routing, which means their morale has dropped even more. We know, as I say, Macedon morale is not very good, but their morale would have dropped even more with friends routing through them. So what I'm thinking about doing with what I've got left of my infantry, I'm going to attack those Macedonian pikes with my Julii infantry. I haven't got a lot of infantry left, but what I have got left, I'm going to charge in to those Macedonian pikes there. You can see Aurelius moving his Greek cities, Spartans, forward into them as well. And you can still see a lot of Parthian cavalry on the battlefield there. But I think the Spartan spear walls of Aurelius has frustrated Arminius' use of those Parthian cavalry. Aurelius has been very, very good with those Spartan spear walls there. You can see there's some Macedonian pikes pushing in on TR's units. You can see some of those Parthian cataphracts looking to charge in there into TR's units. Bang, as they charge in there. But once again, Fesen has used his cavalry really well there, smashed into the back of what was left of those fighting enemy infantry, both SPQR and Macedonians there. So as I say, nice hit there. So nice support there by Aurelius as well with his Spartans, as well as Fesen there. So what we need to do now is to get our infantry and cavalry over to this flank here. There's still a couple of Macedonian units left there, and we need to get them over there to try and take those Macedonian units out and to fight those Parthian cavalry as well. You can see that TR's infantry is still fighting those Parthian cavalry. And they are TR's infantry just killed the SPQR general. You can see there that Arminius has used his cataphracts to charge in into those Scipii archer units there. But I think from what I can see here, it looks like Fesen's going to charge his cavalry into that Macedonian unit. There you are, like bang, as he charges in there. So you can now see that it looks like our team has managed to go on and win the battle there. You can still see there's a lot of Parthian cavalry. It looks very battle damaged, doesn't it, around the battlefield there? But I think, and there you are, you can see, I think Tabor has got some rallied infantry that he's brought back into the fray there. But as I say, it looks to me like this is going to be a very close battle. As I say, that Parthian cavalry of Arminius there, depends on where he's going to hit. He might try and get a mass rout going, possibly with his cavalry. There, as you can see them charging in there, but they kind of routed on impact there with those Spartans and my Julii infantry there attacking. And you can see those Parthian cataphracts charging in. And as I say, you can see Tabor there rallied. He's just admitted defeat there, so it looks like our team has actually managed to go on and, as I say, win the battle there. As you can see, it's quite a spread out battle in some ways. Over here you can see, I think that's all the units that Fesen's got left out of his entire army. All his infantry were killed. I think all his archers have been killed. So that's all the units that he's got left out of his army. So that just goes to show how tough the battle was there. And over here you can see I've just got a few battle damaged infantry units left as well there. Not a great deal left. You can see TR has still got some of his units left there as well, and you can see Aurelius has still got some of his Spartan units left. But if you just look at these intense part of the battlefields here, you can see how just look at that as a carpet of dead there. You can see the intensity of the fighting in this particular part of the battlefield there, with all these dead troops here. And you just see the Parthian cataphracts there where they charged in. And as we move to the rear of the battlefield there, you can see that's that gap that the Parthian cavalry tried to exploit there. Remember, between Aurelius and Fesen's infantry there. So as I say, you can see there a big, quite a spread out battle there really, with wherever you look there seem to be dead. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. And as you can see, it was a close victory. And as I say, it's very rare for us to get close victories these days. So I wanted to show this battle. That's one of the reasons I wanted to show this battle, for the close victories. Highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Aurelius, with his Greek cities army there. Got some good kills there, so well done to him. Really good support all over the battlefield, right from the beginning of the battlefield, where he sacrificed his cavalry to let TR get his troops over to his allies. Really well done. So well done to Lando, got some good kills there, highest kills in his team there, so well done to him. Well done to Tabor, did well there, he did well with his troops. Well done to Royer with his Macedonian army, got some great kills there. over 1,000 kills. So well done to him with faction choice, and well done to Arminius as well. He didn't quite get 1,000 kills, but he did well with that Parthian army. So really well played, guys. Great battle there. And my kills, not too bad. Bearing in mind I was kind of like the anchor of the team, if you like, a bit defensive. That's not bad kills. Remember, RTW rewards attacking play with good kills, so that's not bad. Well done to Fesen there. Great kills and really good use, especially of his cavalry. Well done to Aurelius to say great support, and well done to TR there. Look at the kills that he got. He got higher kills than any of the enemy team with the Gaul faction, which is often looked upon as a lesser 31k faction. So, as I say, the main reason I wanted to show this battle was just to show how morale boosting units are so effective on the battlefield with your infantry battle formation. And you saw my battle formation getting smashed and crashed there, and yet my troops still carried on fighting. That's what extra morale boosting units can do for your infantry battle formation. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. It's really nice to read what you think about our battles. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.